Moving on, we're going to take a look at destructuring in ES6. And you can think of destructuring as a faster and easier way to access or unpack values from arrays or objects, or when we're passing in as parameters in functions. And in the first video, we're going to take a look at how we can destructure values from the arrays. And for example, I have two arrays. I have one named fruit, where we have the orange, banana, and lemon. And then I have the friends array, where we have John, Peter, Bob, Anna, and Kelly. And then the first one, the fruits array, we're going to access the values the old way, where essentially we would need to come up with some kind of variable if we would want to access it. And then remember that arrays are index based. So if I would want to access the orange, then of course I would go with fruit 0, then fruits 1 for banana, and then of course I have the lemon with fruits 2. Why? Because the index is 2. And then if we console log it, all three variables, sure enough, in the console we have orange, banana, and lemon. So how we can do this faster using destructuring? Well, the syntax would be following. First, I'm going to go with const, or you can go with let, whatever you would want. Just remember that if you go with const, of course, you cannot change the value. If you go with let, then of course you can change the value later on. And then from the array, one by one, I can just grab the values. What values I have? I have John, Peter, Bob, and all the way up to Kelly. So in this case, I can just call them however I would want. Please keep in mind you can use different variables, but in my case, I'm going to say, all right, since I have the John in my array, I'm going to access the first item as John. Then I'm going to go with Peter, and then I'm going to go with Bob. Now I'm going to assign this to my variable, essentially. So this is going to be equal to my friends, and we're going to see what is going to be in result in a console. So if we're going with console log, then we have John, Peter, and Bob, and you can see that we successfully access these values. So as you can see, we don't have to repeat ourselves. We don't need to create a variable, then assign it to whatever index. We can just say, all right, give me index 1, give me index number 2, give me index number 3. And you're probably wondering, well, what is happening with Anna and Kelly? Well, nothing is happening because we're not accessing those values. If you'd want to access them, of course, you can go with Anna, and then you're looking for the Kelly. And if we're going to console log it, then we're going to have these values. So we're going to go with Kelly, and now I have all of them. I have John, Peter, Bob, Anna, and Kelly. And your next question probably is, okay, what if I'm accessing index that is not in my array? Since I have 5 indexes, well, of course, I have John, Peter, Bob, Anna, and Kelly. But what if I decide that I'm going to be accessing Susan, but the Susan is not there? Well, let's test it out. So we're accessing Susan, then we're going to add comma, and we're going to say console log Susan. And what is Susan? Well, Susan is undefined. Why? Because Susan is not in the array. So please keep in mind, again, you need to make sure that you're accessing the indexes that are there. If the array has 3 indexes, 0, 1, 2, then of course those are the indexes you can access. If you're going to try to access index that is not there, so in our case we just named it Susan, then of course we're going to get undefined. All right. Now also let me share with it, of course, we can use different names. Just because we have a string of John doesn't mean I need to name this John. I could have easily said, all right, you know what, this is going to be enemy here. He's not to be a friend, it's going to be an enemy. And in this case, if I'm going to console log out the John, well, the John doesn't exist, correct? So we also would need to look for the enemy. And then we're going to see that in my console, I still have the string of John. Why? Because that is the 0 index my array. And the last question that I would answer is, what happens if we would want to skip the item? What if we're only interested, let's say, in John, and then Bob, Anna, and I don't know, maybe not even Kelly? Well, Kelly, we could easily skip by omitting that. So why don't we make it more interesting where I would want to access John, Bob, and Kelly? So I would want to skip Peter and Anna. Well, I guess we could start by removing Susan. We don't need Susan in our array since she does not exist. Then I'm going to keep my John as enemy. Let's keep it interesting. And then in order to skip the value, we just need to add a comma. That's all we need to do. So if I would want to skip Peter, just delete whatever value. So in this case, we're going to skip the value. We're going to access enemy, which is going to be string of John, and then Bob. Now let's also do the same thing with Anna. Let's delete. Now again, we just have a simple comma. That's all we have right after Bob. And now let's access enemy, Bob, and Kelly. and you're going to see that those are the values we're looking for. So in this case, of course, I'm deleting the comma as well. I don't need the comma, but if we would want to skip a value when we're destructuring, just add a comma. And then in this case, we have John, Bob, and Kelly. Because for the Peter and Anna, we just added a comma. And what happened? We skipped that value, and then we're only accessing the actual index that's coming after that.